All right, storytellers, Christians out there, Christian RPG, the 5 or how many ever things I decide are why Christian RPG is better than 5e D&D. I've been, like I said, I've been doing 5e for forever. Did a bunch of the campaigns. They're on my YouTube channel right here. I've done some scores that are like the best watched viewed of all, because I got so into it, so passionate about it. It was very riveting. I really enjoyed it, but it's gone woke, and I can't do it anymore. I can't do 5e anymore. And then I'm seeing then I was like, oh, maybe I'll go to Paizo. They're freaking woke. So everyone goes woke because they don't have the biblical foundation. And that's throughout history. We've seen that. So I decided I can't do it anymore. I got to do, my own thing. So the 5 things that make my game way better than 5e, I'll probably go beyond 5, but whatever. First off, I got all these cool settings. The book is very small. Okay. You don't need a big freaking book. And I appreciate Mork Borg for making me realize that too. Mork Borg and Mothership. So here's the book for the Apocalypse one, but it's the same rules as the other ones. They all have the same rules, by the way. This one even has vehicle combat in it. And look at that. This is all you need. I'm not filling it with a bunch of fluff, okay? I'm not putting a bunch of writing in it. I'm just trying to give you exactly what you as a GM need to run the game. And then, you got to create a setting, but that's, who doesn't as a GM? I have some setting stuff for you to easily do that with. And there's rules in here for that too, by the way. Okay. I'm drinking my Mocha Master coffee here. I got to go back to the other, my mouse. I never get this down right. Okay. Because the screen is actually way over there. The screen on the computer. Okay. So the 5 things. Okay. First off, let's go to the character making. This is a simple background. I want to keep it simple so that you can kind of delve into whatever area you want. Character creation is very easy. And these are the classes, and you don't even have to stick to the class. And that's the one thing. You are not being fooled down a pathway for a character class. You start off with as a mercenary soldier, but as you progress in the character, you can go to cleric if you want. If you feel like the guy's more, the way you role play is more like a clergy, you start, you convert yourself into a clergy guy. Or you could be, go to a bard, whatever you want, like whichever direction you want to go in, you can go in. Here's the character sheet. Very simple. You basically do these are like the ability scores, these 5 right here. Your weapon, you put down whatever weapons you want and your gear. And then you pick. There's another thing about this. This is so awesome. You pick your skills and you make up anything you want. And as you progress in the story, you start creating other skills that you want. Okay, and it uses and here's another thing that I love about this game. It uses a die progression with this guy over here. You see that? Yep. So when you have a skill, like you want, you'll have a +5, +3, +2 in this ability score here. These traits cover all the rolls for everything, for your resistance, your saving throws, your athletic rolls, your hitting to hit, your sneaking, everything. They all go with these traits. The skills add that secondary bonus to it, right? And those skills use these die rank. The reason I use a die rank instead of a number is because I love that you now have a range of numbers. You can still roll a 1, but you could also roll, if you have a D4, you can roll a 4. And it goes up. As you buy a rank, you get another die, or you increase the die. So you go from a D4 to a D6 to a D8 to a D10 to a D12. Okay? And you can actually add a second die, but that's way more expensive. So you can still continue to build your character even beyond that. But I make it so it's kind of unnecessary, but you can do it if you want, because once you get a D12, you're pretty good. Now, I've got secret stuff for the 2nd edition where I'm going to improve that even better, but I like the way it is right now. And once you hit D12, I think you should stop there. You don't have to, but you should stop there. You have if you have a +5 to your aggression to hit, and then a D12 is your secondary, I think that's, then you move on, develop your character in other ways. So what else? The defense is just simple. It's to hit. It's 12 plus your awareness. So if you have a +3 awareness and you have a 12, so it's 15. There it is. That's what it is to hit you. You can add a shield or helm to it. That'll increase it. Your armor save is based on the armor, and it'll absorb some of the damage. Okay. So and that's it. Your character's done. Wealth is your, how it's a die rank, just like it's something I'm still kind of working with, but wealth is your trade, basically your trade skill plus your wealth. And you have a trade skill. You can pick a trade skill. I want a trade skill with society plus D4 or plus D6 plus D8 plus D, depending what rank you go up to. And your wealth is just what treasure you find, and that'll give you a second bonus die to your trading. So we don't really do coins. Okay, that's it. That's the character creation. And this is just the explanation of the gear and the weapons. And this is 2 pages. All you need to access when you're making a character. Okay. Now, obviously, in combat, 2 pages. There it is. And this is not even 2. It's 1.5 technically. Because this one is denouement, which is another good thing about this versus 5e, is that denouement is as a GM, I constantly roll this to see if the villains will give up or surrender or flee or whatever. Now, obviously, the pagan sorcerers and witches will use drugs or black magic to try to get their minions to fight to the death. But in most cases, they'll want to flee and panic and stuff, and then that's when you can do conversion. So the goal in this game is not to kill, but sometimes you have to, and that's the fun, fun to kill, whatever. And there's plenty of beasts or whatever. What else is great about this? Okay, here's game mechanics. Just some things, a couple pages, or there's a little more than that, like page and a half, 2.5 pages, or 3 pages. Now, the Power of Faith is just a simple version of using blessings and miracles. It's like spell casting in freaking D&D, but it's based off of Christian blessings, prayer, hope, righteous anger, that kind of stuff. And there is evil black magic in this game as well, and it's very open-ended to how you use it. So I got a bit of a sniffly thing going on here. Okay. Oh, another thing that this is better than D&D. There's no levels in this game. You just buy, you get glory points for accomplishing things, and then you just buy things. You just buy skill ranks in everything. And there's a whole bunch of different options here for skill ranks. You can increase your to hit, actually, of your weapon. You can increase the damage of a weapon. I believe in that, actually. I do medieval combat. I do believe that someone that's very skilled at a mace can do as much damage as someone with a 2-handed sword. They can. It's just a matter, though, of them being really good with that mace and knowing how to do effective damage with that mace. And that's not just a hit; it's also damage. I'm telling you, there's 2 different things there. So that is very open-ended, and skills to me right there. You're not relegated to 12 specific skills or whatever. And I don't have a long list of skills, and the reason I don't is because I want the characters to role play, and as they're playing, they'll start coming up with things that they want to do. And so that's very open-ended in that sense. Okay. And that's it. And the rest of these pages are for the GM to create, a pagan village and whatever. So that's why this is, that's it. That's the game. And that's why, to me, this is so much better than D&D. You're not stuck with, when they get 7th and 8th level, that's the characters pretty much on the down end from there. When they get 12th or 15th level, you have to make demigods or whatever for them to even adventure, which is kind of ridiculous. And these characters can stay on for, as long as you guys want to keep playing the same character and developing that character as they go. But hopefully they'll die, so you can create a new character, or whatever. Or you can even have the character retire into a church that they plant and then start a new character. So this game is so much simpler. You're just not being railroaded by the character classes. You're not being railroaded by the levels. You're not limited in that sense. And you can make more, and I have the apostles of the APOC and the Christians in Space one adherent to the Bible, except pushing out the end times, I hope, past 2500 AD. But you can do much more gonzo kind of stuff in this one, like as far as crazy creatures and mutations and like radioactive mutations in this one, and then this one is the genetically modified humans that look like aliens and creatures. So you get the whole scope of the genre in this Christian role-playing game setting, where you're still evangelizing and you're planning churches, and you're not and the game is plenty of adventure. It's not meant to be like a Bible study where you have to, what was the lesson in today's game? I'm not doing that. This is just adventure. You're doing crazy stuff, and you're supposed to make mistakes as missionaries too, where you end up having to kill someone that you were trying to convert. Like you can make mistakes like that. And in some of the games, I actually got the Christian players to get frustrated and just start wanton killing. Why? I'm not trying to encourage them to do that, but I want us all to know that it's tough. Being a missionary is not perfection. And when we're being judged by the world and pagans, we need to understand that. We need to understand that in missionary work, you make mistakes, but you're still a force for good. As a missionary, you're still trying to do good. Unlike pagans who are not trying to do good, they're pretending they're good but they're really doing evil. They're pretending that the abortion meal is a women's health care, but it's an abortion meal. It's murder. Okay, that's the pagan view. We're doing women's health care. We're doing women's health care. We're so wonderful. As they do their horrific things, and they believe that, they truly so. And you, as a Christian, have to go there and now do your missionary work. That's a perfect example. You have to confront that evil in these games, and the GM has to figure out what village, and what the village is doing, what the people are doing in that area, or what the villains are doing, and how they think they're good. And it's the Christians that come in and expose their evil. Now they're going to get angry, right? Pagans get angry that you expose their evil, and they really think, and now they start accusing you and slandering you of stuff that they do. But that's the game, and it's also trying to teach you the world right now. But at the same time, I want these games to be fun. Okay, I want you to have fun. You can actually have mini sessions where you're more just about having fun, and just do that once in a while. That's about this evangelism and this lesson, but still have fun in it. Still have craziness. And that's the whole point of this, is we're losing that. We're losing the understanding of what it is to confront people about their evil, about paganism. And we're not doing that today in the world. So we need to. So what I know is RPGs, and and I've been doing this forever, and seeing how they're clouding us with all this RPG fluff that doesn't mean anything. The role playing games, it's just fluff, and I'm just not into it anymore. I want something with some depth and some spirit and some actual fellowship and some edification, serious edification, into how missionaries stumble along to do their good works, and that's what these games are all about. It's meant to be simple, Okay, so that's my little rant there about the 5 things that are why this game is way better than 5e and most other RPGs out there, and I'm stuck on it, and I'm going to keep doing it, and feel free to contact me if you need any help to figure out how to GM this stuff. I know it's tough out there. The culture of D&D and RPGs out there they're so fortified in the paganism, and they've got all of us sort of hunkered down in there with them, including myself. And it took me a while to even get out of it, but I'm trying to get others out of it as Christian men. I'm trying to get the Christian men out of it. I just don't know how to do it except by making these videos and doing Kickstarters and trucking along in my slapdash way. Okay, so thanks for listening, and in the game of life, roll holy dice.